you don't play any role in the appointment of any judge in this country, correct? You have no say. So that means their appointment is not through election, it is plain and simple appointment. And this is even at the highest level possible. So the question that we should perhaps ask ourselves is a completely unaccountable judiciary antithetical to the concept of a democracy? If any arm of the state which can wield such power over the people, can it remain free from criticism by the people, and can it remain free from being held to account by the people? If that's the case, can such an institution have a place in a democracy? That's the basic question. It is precisely for this reason that the Judicial Accountability Bill and the NJAC was proposed, so that elected members have some say. Even the president is elected by the people whom you have elected. At the very least, the elected members have a say. But if your elected members don't even have a say in the appointment of the members of the judiciary, what do you do then? In theory, strictly in theory, an independent judiciary was conceived of only for one reason. If the government chooses to overstep its boundaries, goes beyond its mandate, and clamps down on fundamental rights, then there must be at least one institutional safeguard, which is the judiciary, which gives the pushback necessary. But during emergency, we saw that theory completely failing. So as far as I am concerned, the problem lies in an institutional safeguard which is absent in holding them to account. If an institution believes that the manner in which I exist is perfect and there is absolutely no room for or need for reform, then that institution certainly does not have the right to pontificate reform to anybody else. At the very least, you can't say, this is the best I can be, and that I don't need any kind of intervention from outside because I wish to preserve my independence. Why can't a religious institution take the same position? Your position is derived from the constitution, which is the will of the people. The position of the temple is derived from the belief of the people. So why can't the temple equally take that position that we will not accept any judicial intervention in the name of reform? The problem is the executive will not go beyond a certain point because they too are wary of repercussions from the judiciary. It is for the common people to start doing this. Private initiatives which actually say that it is time that at the very least a referendum is conducted to ask the people whether they want reform in the judicial appointment or not. Here's the interesting part. Indian courts are so fond of citing English judgments in their judgments. English judges are appointed through a judicial appointments committee. But Indian judges are not open to it, or at least Indian judiciary is not open to it. Why is that? So, English judges don't see a threat to their independence merely because elected members have a say in their appointment, but only Indian judiciary thinks that it is under threat. So, when that institution goes well beyond its mandate and has resulted in such chaos, especially when it comes to Sabarimala, that entire state is on the boil because of a judgment. That is the fact. For several centuries, a practice which has not incited any kind of passion, today is the subject of intense debate. Women are out on the streets. You're talking of a state which is known for its matriarchy and matrilineal heritage, Kerala. And you choose to impose that faith, or you choose to accuse that particular state with what? Misogyny. Have you heard of female infanticide in Kerala? So I'm asking myself this simple question. If you choose to impose your perception of where you live on a state where perhaps you have never been to, and that too with respect to an institution, what on earth did you read? Those people whose rights you were hoping to protect are the very people who are offended by the judgment. They're out on the streets. So I would ideally want some kind of a say where at least elected representatives have a say in this.